Welcome to This Explainer. Listen, if you're feeling exhausted from constantly tracking every single penny, clipping coupons, or, stressing out over every latte you buy, you are absolutely in the right place. Today, we're going to explore exactly how to escape that exhausting cycle by using a radically simple approach to building real, sustainable wealth.
Let me ask you something. Why are you constantly so busy, working incredibly hard, but still kind of feeling like you're broke? You know the exact feeling I'm talking about. You earn a solid salary, but somehow, at the end of the month, the money just quietly vanishes. Now, most people try to fix this by creating these incredibly rigid, restrictive budgets. But here's the hard truth. Budgets almost always fail. Why? Because they rely entirely on human willpower. And willpower is highly unreliable, it's exhaustible, and it's super emotional. I mean, the second you have a really stressful day at work, that strict budget goes right out the window. So instead of relying on willpower, we need to lean into a concept that offers some immediate cognitive relief. It's called the 80-20 rule. In the world of personal finance, this principle states that 80% of your wealth is going to come from just 20% of your efforts. Seriously. A lot of investors fail because they stress over tiny, completely insignificant details instead of focusing on the major financial levers that actually drive results. By shifting your focus to a few massive levers, you can completely let go of the tiny, exhausting details. Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our definitive playbook for today. 1. The 80-20 wealth shift. 2. Career income. 3. Savings rate. 4. Investment strategy. And finally, 5. Automate and let go.
All right, part 1, the 80-20 wealth shift.
It is really time we abandon this myth that financial success requires constant, grueling discipline. It just doesn't. Wealth isn't built by agonizing over a $5 coffee. It's built by making a few targeted, automated decisions that run permanently in the background. And this brilliantly illustrates how a tiny 20% fraction of your effort drives an overwhelming 80% of your wealth generation. Get the major pillars right, and you have full permission to drop the other 80% of the noise.
Moving right along to part 2. Pillar 1. Career income. Now, a high salary alone isn't going to make you rich, but it is absolutely the fuel you need to escape the salary trap. When you rely solely on your active salary, you're literally just trading finite hours for money. You only have 24 hours in a day, right? You cannot scale your physical time. The wealthy make this massive mental shift. They move from being consumers to being owners. They use their active salary to buy earning assets, like systems, stocks, real estate, that make money while they sleep. Your income is really just the shovel you use to dig for assets. So, how do we get a bigger shovel? Well, a lot of people are underpaid simply because the fear of rejection keeps them silent. But keeping quiet, that is a massive hidden expense. The sources suggest a really exact playbook for negotiating a 20% raise. First, document your exact work impact. Next, show the specific revenue you've generated. Then, time your ask directly after a major success. And finally, speak with absolute clarity. Don't apologize for asking. Proving your value is hands down the fastest way to increase your active income. All right, let's hit part 3, pillar 2, savings rate. Because here's the thing. Earning more money won't help you at all if that cash just disappears into lifestyle inflation. You have got to reverse the flow. Step 1, pay your investments first. Step 2, automate those deposits so the money leaves your checking account before you ever even see it. And step 3, live entirely guilt-free on whatever cash remains. By paying yourself first automatically, you're completely removing unreliable human discipline from the equation. But what about everyday spending, right? How do we stop the leaks? Well, here is a massive yet incredibly simple behavioral hack, the 48-hour rule. Think about your last impulse purchase. It felt incredibly urgent in the moment, didn't it? Well, if an item is non-essential, force yourself to wait exactly 48 hours. During those 2 days, that emotional high of the purchase fades away, logical thinking returns, and you'll usually realize you don't actually need the thing anyway. This single rule will literally save you thousands of dollars. It all comes down to this simple golden rule. Give every single dollar a job. When every dollar in your account has a specific, pre-assigned task, whether its job is to be invested, to act as emergency savings, or to just pay the electric bill, you stop guessing. You achieve true financial peace because the money is already doing exactly what you told it to do.
Which brings us to part 4, pillar 3, investment strategy.
Now, what's really interesting about this is that this is where your efficiently saved income actually starts to multiply. A lot of folks think investing means, stressful active trading, trying to perfectly time the market, and watching charts all day long. But that approach is insanely stressful, it's high in fees, and get this, most active traders actually fail to beat the market. The real financial superpower here is simplicity. Index funds. They are incredibly low cost, and instead of guessing which single company is going to win, you simply buy tiny pieces of the entire market. When the market grows, you grow. Zero daily stress required.
And here is exactly how that incredibly simple strategy pays off. Building wealth starts out deceptively slow. In year 1, it feels like nothing is happening. Even by year 10, you're really just building momentum. But if you adopt a think in decades mindset, look at what happens around year 20. Compound interest explodes vertically. Your money actually starts making more money than you do. Time is absolutely your greatest leverage.
So, the crucial point is this. Sustainable wealth is not built on fast money, crypto hype, or lottery tickets. It is built on steady, boring, automated compounding. Boring consistency outperforms spectacular short-term intensity every single time.
Finally, part 5, automate and let go. Now we arrive at the absolute best part of this whole process, releasing the stress of micromanaging. As we talked about earlier, motivation is basically a scam. It's temporary, it's highly emotional, and it flakes out on you. Systems, on the other hand, are permanent and logical. An automated financial system runs quietly in the background, whether you're having a fantastic day or a terrible one. It requires exactly 0 daily decisions from you. Let's move to and see how this builds in your actual daily life. When your paycheck hits, an automated action instantly transfers a portion to your savings. Boom, emergency fund built. Another automatic transfer goes straight to your investments. Boom, wealth compounded. Then your leftover cash auto-pays your bills. And the result? The money sitting in your checking account after all that is yours for completely guilt-free spending. The system is doing all the heavy lifting for you. I really want you to internalize this. If you get these major pillars right, if you nail your career income, lock in an automatic savings rate, and let a simple index fund investment strategy compound over time, you win. Your overall wealth will skyrocket regardless of minor mistakes elsewhere. You have full permission to stop worrying about the $5 coffee. You can completely ignore the financial noise. So, I'm going to challenge you right now. Think about your cognitive energy. What tiny, insignificant financial detail are you going to stop stressing over today? Drop the noise. Reclaim your mental space. Lean entirely into that 20% of actions that will actually move the needle for your life. I'll leave you with this final provocative thought. Every dollar you spend is a trade for your future. Are you going to continue to trade your future freedom for minor emotional purchases today? Or will you take the time this week to set up your 3 major pillars, let automation take the wheel, and silently build an empire of wealth while you sleep? The choice is entirely yours. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Start building those pillars today.